Get him out of here. This is private property. The manager's voice sliced through the terminal, echoing louder than the crying family surrounding the flag-draped coffin. Gasps filled the room as every pair of eyes turned toward the Marine, standing stiff as stone. His face didn't flinch, but his hands tightened on the casket's rail. The fallen soldier's escort, the man who had promised never to leave his brother behind, was being told he didn't belong. The family erupted. A mother clutched her chest, unable to comprehend why someone in uniform was being humiliated on the very day her son was coming home in a coffin. The father tried to explain, "He's the escort. He swore to bring my boy home." But the manager shook his head coldly. "Rules are rules. We can't have military personnel disrupting passengers. This is a business." Passengers froze, torn between stepping in and keeping their heads down. Some whispered angrily, others just stared. The Marine never raised his voice. He just stood taller, chest broad, eyes locked forward in unshakable discipline. He had faced combat, but this, being treated like a nuisance while guarding his fallen comrade, cut deeper than any bullet ever could. What no one knew was the story behind that silence. His name was Sergeant Mitchell, and the soldier he escorted wasn't just another name on a casualty list. It was Private Daniel Hayes, his best friend since boot camp. They had survived freezing nights, grueling marches, and the chaos of battle together. When Daniel took the hit that ended his life, Mitchell had been right there, his hands covered in his brother's blood, whispering, "I'll get you home." From that moment, Mitchell carried not just his own life, but the weight of that promise. And now, standing in an airport full of strangers, he was being treated like a criminal for keeping it. The crowd began to murmur louder. One woman in tears shouted, "Are you serious? He's a hero." Another passenger pulled out his phone, recording the injustice unfolding in real time. The tension crackled, every second dragging like an eternity. The manager, red-faced, snapped again, "If you don't leave this area, I'll have security remove you." Finally, Mitchell moved, but not toward the exit. He stepped closer to the casket, rested one gloved hand on the flag, and in a voice heavy with pain, yet steady with honor, he said, "I gave him my word. I will not abandon him." The room went silent. Even the crying seemed to pause. A hush swept across the terminal, a silence so deep it weighed on everyone's chest. The manager's jaw tightened, but his authority suddenly seemed paper-thin compared to the Marine's unshakable presence. Then something shifted. The fallen soldier's mother, tears still streaming, broke away from the family circle and stood directly beside Mitchell. She placed her hand on the casket and whispered, "You're not leaving his side. Not now. Not ever." Her words cracked the dam. One by one, passengers moved closer. Some pressed their hands to their hearts, others dropped their luggage just to stand in solidarity. A child placed a small American flag sticker on the casket, her innocent gesture speaking louder than 1,000 arguments. The manager realized he had lost the room. His authority was nothing against the tide of respect rising before him. Security never came. Instead, strangers began lining up silently, forming an impromptu honor guard stretching through the terminal. Travelers, workers, veterans, all united in that moment to shield Mitchell and his fallen brother from further insult. Mitchell's lips trembled for the first time. He wasn't used to letting people see emotion, but when the family reached out, wrapping him into their circle, his composure cracked. The father looked him in the eyes and said, "You brought him home. That's all that matters. You are family now." The coffin was wheeled forward, surrounded by silence. Not a single announcement blared, not a single passenger moved. People stood still, heads bowed, as the Marine fulfilled his duty to the last step. The once cold terminal had transformed into sacred ground, held together by respect, sacrifice, and love. When the hearse door closed, Mitchell gave one final salute, sharp, strong, eternal. And in that gesture, the entire crowd understood something powerful. This wasn't just about one soldier. It was about every man and woman who carried the weight of a promise, who gave everything, who too often returned home only under a flag. The manager slinked away, unable to meet anyone's eyes. He had tried to throw out a hero, but instead he revealed what true honor looks like. And as the crowd slowly dispersed, one truth lingered heavy in the air. Sometimes the greatest battles are fought not on foreign soil, but right here at home, where respect must be defended against indifference. Because heroes don't ask for glory. They ask only that their brothers and sisters are never forgotten. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comment.